What's up guys, JTech here. In this video I'm going to go over everything about Loaded Lion's main city, starting with opening the game for the first time, covering early game tips on where you can find information for diamond and gold generation, how to level up, prestige businesses, all the way to late game strategies. If you do not know what you need to play the game, check out this video on my channel. It will go over how to get the game up and running, then pop back over to this video. To begin, the game is in alpha and is receiving updates. Information for this video has changed multiple times during the production. Everything we go over in this video will be for alpha version 0.2.2. Any release after version 0.2.2 will have an update video on my channel or a YouTube short. Moving on, once the game is first loaded, it will take us through a tutorial. It will look something like this. First, we input our username. Then it will take us through receiving a blueprint, opening it, receiving our first business, placing our first business on our land, then finally upgrading our business. Once that is completed, we switch over to our main mansion, and while in the mansion, it shows us how to add furniture to our mansion to level up to receive another blueprint. And that's the end of the tutorial they have for us. After, depending on what land or lands we have purchased, our rarest land will be slotted first. The rankings of the lands are as follows, from least rare to most rare, beginning with Crimson Dunes, following is Alluring Aurora, Sapphire Lagoon, Molten Cavern, and lastly Blockchain. The two huge differences between all the lands, besides the price tag associated with each one, is the diamond production rate and the available squares to build businesses on. Moving left to right, the diamond production rate for each land is 210,000, 240,000, 300,000, 380,000, and lastly 500,000. These numbers correlate to your first land, and every land after will have diminishing returns for diamond production. The formula for diminishing returns on land is as follows. Let me use my first 5 lands as an example. My first land receives its full amount, which is 380,000, which is the Molten Cavern. Then it steps down to the Sapphire Lagoon, which then uses the formula 0.9375 to the first power times the diamond production, which gives 281,250. Then we step down to my third land, the Alluring Aurora, and it receives 0.9375 to the second power times its diamond generation, which is 240,000, which equals 210,937. And then we keep going down the list for how many lands you have. So this is how the game calculates diamond generation for each land. So ideally, the more lands we have, the higher diamond production rate. Next, the available spaces to build businesses on and how many block squares are on each tier is the last difference between lands. Working left to right, Crimson Dunes has 12 spaces to build on, then 14, 16, 18, then finally Blockchain has all 20 spaces available. When I recorded this, my rarest land was a Sapphire Lagoon. That is what you see on screen here. And if we have multiple land NFTs, they will show in this bottom bar. That's what all these lit up dots represent. This is our main view for our main city. Our current gold, diamond, and voucher count are at the top here. Once we receive our first blueprint and then place our first business, we can click on it and it will show us all the important information for the business, including the income or gold generation, its level, prestige, and the business's rarity. These 3 buttons at the bottom allow you to upgrade your businesses by 1 level, 10 levels, or 100 levels. If you hover over one of the buttons, it will tell you in green text what level it will be upgraded to and tell you the range of gold production it will receive. For example, this business upgrading from level 1 to 2, I could get anywhere from 2 to 6 gold per second more with leveling up. The max level for each building is listed here, with the diamond prestige costs. Next, in the top left here, we have our NFT power-ups, our username, gold and diamond production rates, and our level XP bar. When we click on our NFT power-up avatar icon, on the avatar tab, we have the option to either add a Loaded Lion or a Cybercub NFT. The Loaded Lion will give our businesses a 10% gold production boost, and the Cybercub will give us a 5% boost. At the moment, you can only have either one equipped, not both. On the gear tab, we have the option to equip one or all of our expedition gear backpacks for offline gold and diamond collection for the allotted time here. The last 2 useful buttons on this page are the plus and the arrow button on the bottom. The arrow button allows us to see the gold and diamond production per land. As you can see, I have 2 Arid Plains lands already, so we can use this plus button to purchase more Arid Plains lands. If we already have 10 plus land NFTs, the Arid Plains lands will raise our diamond production rate But if we have less than 10 land NFTs, the Arid Plains land will be added to the bottom land bar, and we can eventually build businesses on it, and it also raises the diamond production rate. Next, a couple tips for the marketplace. There is a filter button here. This will allow us to search for specific businesses by rarity, level, and prestige. And same thing for blueprints, whether it's common or legendary. So if you wanted to buy the least expensive legendary blueprint, you would click the orange button here and click the last page, and there you go. Now, we will move on to the best strategies for leveling up. As of right now, the only way to level up is to place furniture in your mansion's rooms. If we end up placing as many pieces of each furniture set in the common area, we can level up to level 20, receiving 2 legendary blueprints at level 10 and 20, and 9 more common blueprints at levels 2, 3, 4, 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I wouldn't move on to purchase the game room until your gold production is close to billions, because the least expensive game room furniture piece is 5.5 billion. Once you have enough gold for the game room, it takes 5.09 million diamonds to unlock, and then we can fill the whole room with the 3 most expensive game furnitures. That will get us to level 30, granting us 5 more common blueprints and 1 more legendary. So rinse and repeat for every room of the mansion to level up and unlock more blueprints. Next, let's talk about gold production boosters on businesses. When we click on a business, they have a boost button. There are 5 options. Each boost has a different gold production percentage, duration, and diamond cost. So I threw all the data for all the boost information for a business into a spreadsheet, and I took the cost per millions of diamonds, the hours, the production boost. So this would be the income with no boost after this many hours for each boost. And here's the income for the business, which we can always change this. So like if we did 10, all these numbers would change. But let's say our business makes this much. This is how much each of the businesses would make without the boost, and then with the boost, and then how much it costs per million of diamonds. So off this chart, if you want to be the most efficient, you always pick the third option here, because you're spending 5.4 million diamonds and you're getting this much in return. You're getting about 24 million per diamond on your business. As in like the lightning surge only gives you 5 million per diamond. So this one's the most efficient, but if you want the fastest amount of gold, not caring about diamonds, you want to choose this one. Now, let's talk about diamond production. I've been reading through some conversations on the main city Discord and X, formerly known as Twitter. One of the most common questions asked is how to raise the diamond production rate. As of right now, you can only get diamonds from purchasing them, or every land you have has a defined diamond production rate. So as you can see on this chart I made, Crimson Dunes and down, these are the production rates per hour. So then this is how long it'll take in hours to make 1 million diamonds. Currently, as of recording, this is the purchase price for one of these lands. So if you wanted to buy one of these, this is how much they would cost. This row here is how much it would cost to buy $92 worth of diamonds, 163, and so on. So this is how much diamonds you can get for this amount. So as we can see here, the cost of 1 million diamonds is equal to 20 crow. So 20 times 5, around 5 cents, gives you this. So then $1.06 fits into $92, which is the price of a land, about 86.71. So if you bought $92 worth of diamonds, you would get about 86 million diamonds. That's if you bought it outright. However, if you bought the land instead, it takes about 4.76 hours to make 1 million diamonds. How long does it take to make 86.7? That's what these charts are here for every possible land in the game. Let's say you currently have a Molten Cavern, a Sapphire Lagoon, and you want to purchase Alluring Aurora for your third land. You would come over to here. So if you purchased it, you would now be getting 210,000 diamonds. It would take you 4.74 hours to generate 1 million diamonds. it would take you 728 hours to get your ROI on the $163 land instead of purchasing 153 million diamonds just outright. And then anything after these 30 days is just pure diamond generation instead of having to buy diamonds outright. That's what these charts are for here that I have. If people are interested and they want to see these sheets and go through the numbers also, let me know down in the comments and I can always share this stat sheet. Let's talk about strategy. Once you get one of your businesses to its max level, you have the option to prestige the business. If we reference this chart from earlier, it has the max level for each business and the diamond prestige costs. Let me show you how to prestige. Once one of your businesses reaches the max level, all we need is enough diamonds, and if we click this button here, it will prestige our business and multiply the gold production rate. Now that we know how to prestige, we will eventually run into something like this. We can't prestige a building if we don't have enough supporting similar prestige level businesses. In this instance, I did not have enough level 2 prestige businesses to prestige my Apex Tower to prestige 3. So I have to prestige another prestige level 1 business to prestige 2, then I could move forward with this prestige. So what I've been reading in the main city Discord, there currently seems to be 2 popular strats, besides the obvious one, which is to continually buy diamonds to upgrade businesses and boost gold production. Since the start of the game, I have not bought any diamonds, and I am still in the top 800 players, so it is possible to be on the leaderboard without purchasing diamonds. But if you want to stay away from purchasing diamonds like me, you either have a bunch of single slot businesses like the Lion's Den Resort, Leo & Co, and the Flavortown Diner, and you continue to upgrade and prestige them because the total diamond cost to prestige them is low, and they make a decent amount of gold for single slot businesses. That's the first popular strat I've seen. The second that I've seen, and I'm trying myself, is somewhat similar to the first strat. You have some single slot businesses and also have a larger legendary or epic business that has a more expensive diamond upgrade cost, but in turn has a larger gold output. One benefit of this strategy is they just implemented the decreased prestige gold income and cost multiplier for selected tiers to emphasize the importance of late game play styles. That is everything I compiled for this video. Over time, as the game gets more updates and more strategies are discovered, I will cover them here on this channel. YouTube analytics shows that only 5% of my viewers are subscribed. So hit that subscribe button if you liked this video and would like to see more. Don't forget to like, dislike, and throw a comment down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.